Arguably, many of today's generation in Garissa and Northeastern in general may not know the significance of tomorrow, as far as the history of Northeastern is concerned. Prior to Kenya's independence in 1963, British colonialists had isolated the Northeastern region owing to laws passed in 1902 and 1904, which restricted the movement of persons leaving or entering the 6 districts that were all included in Northeastern. That is Mandera, WAJIR, Garissa, Isiolo, Marsabit and Moyale. Feeling left out, leaders from all these regions began the movement of liberation of the Northern Frontier districts from Kenya, or simply put, they wanted to secede from Kenya and join the Somali Republic. The height of their demand was in the 1962 Lancaster House Conference, when NFD's representative, the late Abdirashid Khalif, shocked the conference, as while it centered on party interests of KANU and KADU, he said he was neither KANU nor KADU, but an absolute secessionist. The British colonialists decided to solve this problem by carrying out a referendum in the Northeastern region, the first referendum in Kenya to validate people's craving for the secession. Over 80% voted in favor to join Somalia, but the colonialists then failed to approve the results and NFD was declared Kenya's province. The Northern Province People's Progressive Party was then formed to press for their demands. A bloody insurgency then ensued, with NFD militants being supplied with weapons by Somalia, an insurgency that was subsequently branded by the Kenyan government as the Shifter War. 3 people founded NPPP. Abdirashid Khalif from WAJIR, Wako Happy from Isiolo and Dekho Mualim Stambul from Garissa. 2 have since passed on. But in Garissa, the Abudua clan still boasts of the 4th generation of its royal family, and one of the liberation leaders, Dekho Stambul. 77 years now, Stambul lives in Garissa, settling here after coming from exile in Somalia in 1994. Perhaps owing to the atrocities his people went through during the Shifter War, Stambul was hesitant to meet us, only allowing pictures but refusing to talk to us. He tells me he has only talked to the media once.
Not once.
I spoke to the media once in 1994. I criticized the Moi regime and was detained for 24 hours.
He still has a British passport he used in the 1960s that saw him traverse many countries. It bears the only photo he says he has of his younger years. But Stambul still decides to be rather modest with us, again being careful not to let anything slip his lips.
You came for a courtesy call, and the title I can give you is that I'm now a clan king who deals with cultural issues and settling disputes.
But then some of his foot soldiers in the 1960s that pay him visits periodically narrated the ordeal. Indeed, as they put it, their bitterness emanated from the British government's failure to recognize the referendum results and their feeling of being a minority in the country.
Garissa kidogo amefanya sisi. Wakati anafanya sisi, na sisi tunaanza vita kidogo.
Sisi nasema afadhali wacha sisi nenda kwa Somalia. Maana yake Kenya nyingine watu wengi tamalisha nyinyi, hata kugawanya madaraka au kugawanya mali hawawezi kubali.
Nikaenda Somalia. Nikakuwa na jabadi Shifter NFD.
The old men are still fit enough to show us some of the drills they performed during the Shifter War. Apparently, to keep them going in the war, propaganda was also used.
Wakati mwingine sinasikia Kenyatta nashika msichana mwingine mtoto Msomali kidogo, mama na pepa nasema nashika nyele yako nyororo, makengine tasara wewe ngumu yele ngumu itasa. Hiyo mambo kama hiyo sisi naenda huko.
The Kenyatta government was, however, not keen to let the secession happen and suppress the war, which to date has put the government on the spotlight in violating human rights during the war.
Nilisimama ile shimo askari kondani. Nilisimama juu yake hivi kwa angalia hivi amenituba hivi. Mawe moja kubwa hivi niliweka hapa. Hayo mawe ndio yamepasuka. Hiyo ndio sasa iko ndani, hata sasa iko ndani. Hata uwezo sasa iko ndani sasa. Ile grenade sasa iko ndani. Hiyo ni grenade.
By 1969, the Kenyan government had overpowered the resistance.
Sisi narudi kwetu nyumbani, vita sisi na wacha.
Now they have put that behind them, and they take pride in the fact that Northeastern had the highest percentage in endorsing the new constitution at over 95%.
Sasa sisi kusha wakati yetu imefika wazee. Tunataka wale wakijana imepaki waendelee mbele kabisa wasome. Alafu faida yetu ndio hiyo, nilipiga ajili hiyo, ndio nilipiga hiyo kura.
Sisi tunaongezeka Kenya, kama Kenya inapiga bomu sisi kwa ndani, kama Kenya inafaidika sisi wa ndani, maana nyingine hakuna tamaa ya Somali. Sasa tamaa ya Somalia sisi, hata kama Somali inapata uhuru sahihi na basi bandera, sisi hapa tunataka watu wanaoishi kabisa.
They have now embraced change and are stressing that the future is with the youth to redeem the lost times that have put Northeastern Province in the back foot as far as development is concerned. Something the youth who overwhelmingly voted for the constitution here seem to know very well.
Kuanzia sasa nadhania haina haja sisi tulalamike juu ya Kenya ingine. Lazima tukue kitu kimoja na Wakenya, tujaribu kupigania haki zetu. Hii mambo kila wakati tunasema kwamba tunakuwa marginalized na vitu kama hizo, lazima tuache nyuma.
And you could clearly hear people telling you when they are traveling to Nairobi on border bus that tunaenda Kenya. But now that perception has been clearly rubbed off the minds of the people. We want to be part and parcel of the development of this country.
As the people of Garissa and the larger Northeastern Province witness the promulgation of the new constitution, it goes without saying that what they hope for now is for its swift implementation to usher in the changes that many here have so yearned for over the years. Hussein Mohammed, Citizen TV in Garissa.